Have you ever seen a cool logo on a shirt? Maybe you've noticed the intricate details and wondered how it was made. Embroidery is a fascinating art form that has been around for centuries, and it's still very popular today. Or maybe a pretty design on a bag? That's embroidery. It's not just limited to clothing. You can find beautiful embroidery on bags, hats, and even home decor items like pillows and curtains. It's when we use thread to make pictures and words on fabric. This process can be done by hand or by machine, but today we're focusing on machine embroidery, which is much faster and more precise. But how does the machine know where to sew? It's not magic, it's a combination of technology and skill. The machine follows a specific set of instructions to create the design. That's where digitizing comes in. Digitizing is the process of converting artwork into a digital file that an embroidery machine can read. This file tells the machine exactly where to place each stitch. Digitizing is like a secret code for embroidery machines. It's a detailed and precise process that requires specialized software and a good understanding of both embroidery and the software itself. It's how we turn a simple picture into stitches. The digitizing software allows us to map out every single stitch, ensuring that the final product looks exactly like the original design. We use special computer programs to do this. These programs offer a variety of tools and features that help us create intricate and detailed designs. It's like drawing with stitches. Imagine using a pencil to draw a picture, but instead of a pencil, you're using thread and a needle. The software helps us plan out each stitch to create a beautiful design. Embroidery digitizing is important because it makes machine embroidery possible. Without digitizing, the machine wouldn't know what to do, and we wouldn't be able to create such detailed and precise designs. Without it, we would have to sew everything by hand. Hand embroidery is beautiful, but it's also very time-consuming and requires a lot of skill and patience. That would take a very long time. Machine embroidery, on the other hand, can produce the same design in a fraction of the time, making it ideal for larger projects or for creating multiple items with the same design. Digitizing lets us make all sorts of cool things with embroidery, from custom logos for businesses to personalized gifts. The possibilities are endless. We can put designs on shirts, making them unique and personalized. Whether it's a company logo or a fun graphic, embroidery adds a special touch. Hats, bags, and more. Embroidery digitizing opens up a world of creative possibilities, allowing us to turn simple items into works of art. So next time you see an embroidered design, you'll know the fascinating process behind it. Before we start digitizing, we need a good picture. It should be clear and easy to see. A blurry picture will make a blurry embroidery. You can use a photo you take, or you can find pictures online. Just make sure you have permission to use them. The best pictures for digitizing are drawings. This is because drawings have clean lines. Photos can sometimes be too detailed. Remember, a good picture means good embroidery. Now it's time to use the computer. We use special programs to draw for embroidery. These programs are called graphics software. Some popular ones are Adobe Illustrator and CorelDRAW. These programs let us make vector images. Vector images are special. They use math to make the lines. This means we can make them bigger or smaller without losing quality. We can also use these programs to edit our pictures. We can make them the right size, and we can change the colors. Once we have our picture, we need to get it ready for stitching. We use special digitizing software for this. Some popular digitizing software are Wilcom and Embird. These programs help us turn our pictures into stitches. The first step is to import our picture. This is like putting the picture in the program. Then we need to trace the lines of our picture. This tells the machine where to sew. We can also use the software to add details. We can add different colors, and we can change the stitch types. Now it's time for the magic. This is where our creativity truly comes to life. We're about to transform our digital design into a beautiful, tangible piece of art using stitches. The process is fascinating and requires both precision and an eye for detail. We get to turn our design into stitches. This step bridges the gap between the digital and the physical world. Our computer-generated design will soon be a real, touchable embroidery. We do this by choosing stitch types. The type of stitch we select can dramatically affect the final look of our embroidery. Each stitch type has its own unique characteristics and uses. There are many types of stitches. For instance, we have the satin stitch, which is perfect for creating smooth, shiny surfaces. Then there's the fill stitch, ideal for covering larger areas with a textured look. Some are small and tight. These stitches are great for intricate details and sharp lines. They help in defining the edges and adding fine details to our design. Others are long and loose. These stitches are used for filling larger areas quickly and can create a more relaxed, flowing look. They are perfect for backgrounds and less detailed sections. We choose the best stitch for each part of our design. This decision is crucial as it affects the texture, appearance, and durability of the final embroidery. We also need to think about density. Density plays a significant role in how the final piece will look and feel. It determines the number of stitches in a given area. Density is how close together the stitches are. High-density stitching means the stitches are packed closely together, while low-density stitching has more space between each stitch. A high density means more stitches. This results in a more solid and durable embroidery. High-density areas are often used for parts of the design that need to stand out or be more robust. This makes the embroidery look solid. It gives a rich, full appearance to the design, making it more prominent and eye-catching. A low density means fewer stitches. This creates a lighter, more open look. Low density areas can add contrast and balance to the design, making it more dynamic. This makes the embroidery look more open and give a delicate, airy feel to the design, which is perfect for certain styles and effects. We choose the right density for each part of our design. Balancing stitch type and density is key to achieving the desired look and feel. By carefully selecting these elements, we ensure that our final embroidery is not only beautiful but also durable and well crafted. Section 6. Checking your work before you stitch. Before we can sew, we need to check our work. We do this with a simulator. A simulator shows us what our embroidery will look like. We can see if there are any mistakes. We can also make changes if we need to. It's better to find mistakes now than after we start sewing. Once we're happy with the simulation, we can save our design. We save it as a stitch file. This is the file our embroidery machine will read. Section 7. Setting up your embroidery machine. In this section, we will walk you through the essential steps to get your embroidery machine ready for action. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced user, these steps are crucial for achieving the best results. Now it's time to sew, but before we dive into the actual sewing, let's make sure everything is set up correctly. First, we need to set up our embroidery machine. This involves several key steps that ensure your machine operates smoothly and efficiently. We turn on the machine, make sure it's plugged in and the power switch is in the on position. Listen for any startup sounds that indicate the machine is ready, and we load the stitch file. This file contains the design you want to embroider. Use a USB drive or connect your machine to a computer to transfer the file. We also need to choose the right thread. The thread you select can greatly impact the final look of your design. We want to use a thread that matches our design. Consider the colors in your design and choose threads that complement them well. And we need to use the right needle. Different fabrics and threads require different types of needles. Next, we hoop our fabric. This step is crucial for maintaining the tension of the fabric while the machine is working. Hooping means putting the fabric in a special frame. The frame holds the fabric taut and in place. This keeps the fabric tight while we sew. Make sure the fabric is smooth and wrinkle-free before securing it in the hoop. Finally, we attach the hoop to the machine. Ensure it clicks into place and is securely fastened. Now we're ready to sew. With everything set up correctly, you can start your embroidery project with confidence. Happy sewing. Section 8. Watch it sew. We press start and the machine starts to sew. We watch carefully as the machine sews our design. It's so cool to see it come to life. We listen for any strange noises and we watch for any problems. Sometimes the thread breaks or the needle might bend. If this happens, we stop the machine and fix the problem. It's important to monitor the machine while it's sewing. This helps us avoid mistakes, and it ensures that our embroidery looks its best. Section 9. You did it. Now what? When the machine is finished sewing, we remove the hoop, we take the fabric out of the hoop, and we trim any loose threads. Our embroidery is finished. We can now use it to decorate a shirt, a bag, or anything we want. Embroidery digitizing is a fun and rewarding skill. You can create beautiful and unique pieces. With practice, you can become a master digitizer.